Well, hello, lovely people. Welcome to today's pick a card reading. I'm so happy to have you here. So, the topic of this reading, I was actually inspired by another reading I saw on YouTube. And it was about something you need to stop doing right now. And I really liked it, so I decided it would be nice to do something in a similar fashion. So, the message today will be in that realm, like something you need to let go of right now, something that is no longer serving you, or also something that you yourself need to stop doing. So, as you can see, there are 3 piles to choose from. I have pre-pulled one card from the Moonology Oracle deck, and it will give us like additional context to the whole reading. So choose either the card or the scrunchie you feel the most drawn to, and let's see what your reading is gonna be about. Okay, pile 1. You got the full moon in Leo card with the message of don't let pride get in your way. So something about this situation that you need to stop doing or let go of could very well have to do with your ego, maybe with wanting things to go in a really particular way, or maybe also treating other people kind of unfairly. We'll see. I've prepared a couple of new decks I have and I'm super excited. I just don't know how I'm gonna shuffle them, especially one of them, like the Tea Leaf Oracle, is so huge. I have no idea how other people shuffle it. But either way, let's ask the cards. What is something that you need to stop doing right now, or alternatively something you need to let go of, something that is no longer serving you? What does our pile 1 need to stop doing? Let's see. Let's take these 2. And 2 more. Okay. Yes, let's start with the tarot and then add something on there. Okay, pile 1. I turned your cards over. Let's get into them. So, what I'm seeing based on your cards. The first card I got when I pulled for you was the 5 of Cups. Translation again, damn it. Anyway, the start of your reading is giving me the vibe that there was something that disappointed you, that something that probably didn't work out, like you were putting your money in a particular basket, like you were betting on a particular basket. And I think I'm getting the sayings wrong or like mixed up, but it's basically you bet on something and your chickens didn't hatch or whatever, like, and now you're feeling disappointed. And this disappointment probably led you, or like, yes, like every time something doesn't work out in our life, what we have to do is, on the one hand, process some emotions, but on the other hand, also find a new way or a new path to take. And both of those things are mirrored in your reading. With the 3 of Wands, that's a positive card. It is the card of having started to plan something and you are on the verge of starting a new journey. So whatever this thing was that left you disappointed it seems to be more or less in the past, like it's we'll see with the other cards, but like I am not getting the vibe that you would, I mean, I guess yes, actually technically it could be that you would make a new attempt at it. We'll see if we get additional details, or if you have completely changed course. But either way, with the other cards, the Six of Swords card is very much speaking exactly about that transition period. And because it came up in the upright position for you, it is telling me that you have started this path of transformation and moving towards the new thing. Probably mostly mentally, because this here is the action card, which is telling me like, yes, our pile 1 has started this new path. They are chasing this new project or whatever it is. But on the mental plane, you seem to be struggling a little bit with these two cards. Because this is, like I said, the card of transition, and it could be a difficult transition, like always, like changes are not something that happens easily. And you also got the Nine of Swords, which is again the card of worry. And it could be very much unnecessary worry. It doesn't have to be something that's manifested negatively in your real life, like materially. It's just you having a lot of sleepless nights over something. Now, with the two center cards, the Devil came up in the reversed position, which is actually really nice because it supports the message that if there was something that you were particularly drawn to, for instance, the outcome of this situation that was negative, you had hoped for it to be positive or whatever, the Devil in this is telling me again that you have started to unchain yourself from this, what the hell is Zucht? Oof. From this addiction, yes. You have started to get over this addiction. And you are also seeing possible missteps that you took in the past that might have also led to the negative development of the given situation. And the thing is, of course, when we admit to ourselves that we had a hand in something happening to us, that is when we get out of the victim mentality, which can often keep us like a prisoner in our own mind and circumstances. Like when we see, even if it was something extremely small and minute in our actions or plans or whatever that contributed negatively to an outcome, like that is the first step of growing out of it. And in the middle of your reading, the other card you have is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very intuitive, emotionally stable, emotionally intelligent lady. So what this card is telling me, that you have the ability on the one side, definitely, to heal yourself from this situation and to show you are encouraged to show empathy towards yourself, but also like use your intuition as your guiding force out of this negative sword energy that is coming from the mind. So if you are feeling right now that you are somehow still a prisoner of your mind and of your thoughts, and maybe experiencing a regret or something, overthinking things, how they went, or you're raw in them, again, I feel like you are starting to get over that, but just try to embody a new viewpoint of it. Like try to show yourself some grace and give yourself some space to heal. Okay, let's try and pull a couple of cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle to see any additional information that would come up regarding this thing that you need to let go of, that you need to stop doing. I definitely think up till now, the main message of something you need to stop doing has to do with wallowing in the past and drowning in your negative thoughts about a situation or about your fault in a situation or something like that. And it could be very much that this is a pride thing, because like if we fail, for instance, at something, you know, it's hard to admit to yourself that you had fault, and it's also just unpleasant. It hurts the ego. So it could be very much that the Leo card is speaking of that as well. Okay, let's see what the tea leaves have to say for messages. We have career, okay. Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. Flowers with happiness. Pale, time to get out of a situation. Lobster, financial pinch. And both money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Okay, pile one, yes, again with the addition of the tea leaf oracle cards. This situation that had you disappointed in the past definitely seems to have something to do with your career. I would say that also kind of makes sense with the Leo, because Leo is more the entertainer guy, I guess, in astrological terms, but he is very much like the big boss, the shining figure, the, you know, king of the jungle. So I can very much imagine him signifying again something that has to do with a career setting. With the ram, I would be interested whether this would signify an additional person in your life, a stubborn, aggressive person, or again, it's very possible that this signifies exactly you. Because the ram, like if we think of it in terms of the ram being Aries, Aries is also fire energy, exactly like Leo. So in that sense, they share some same qualities and characteristics. Also, Leo is a fixed sign, so it is indeed very stubborn, the same way that a goat can be extremely stubborn. So maybe this is again speaking about this stubbornness you have about letting the ego in this particular situation, like letting it go, letting a certain failure go, or if you did something wrong, you know, it's not about crucifying yourself if something goes wrong. You just have to find a way to accept it and learn from it, and then not do it again, preferably if you are again in a similar situation. And you also got the Pale card with time to get out of a situation. So I very much think this is speaking again about this transition thing that we saw in the tarot cards, about you very likely being in some kind of negative mindset regarding this situation. I would also venture on to say that with the Pale, the thing that I was wondering at the start, whether this situation that didn't work out, you are trying to replan again and try again, or you are taking a new road. I am inclined to say that you are taking a new road. Now the good thing is, it seems like the lobster came up first with the financial pinch, but then came up the boat card with the message that money and prosperity is basically coming your way. And you also got the flowers card, happiness. So I am definitely getting the impression that this negative state that you're right now in, and also if it has the side aspect of draining your finances somehow, or maybe part of the situation that has your pride hurt. Also has to do with finances, like a failed business venture or whatever else. This will resolve itself. So this is not something, you know, it's easier said than done to just say like, don't worry about it or whatever. It's gonna happen the way it has to happen. But this is basically what I'm seeing right now. Okay, let's draw from the last deck a couple of additional, they are not exactly oracle cards, they're like astrology cards, but I feel like they could be super helpful about seeing like an energy, additional info about something you need to stop doing or let go of in astrological terms presented. Or it could be also something that you should instead embrace. So let's see. Let's take one more. Okay, let's see what these cards have to say. With Gemini. Geminis are the cherry social butterflies of the zodiac. Represented by the twins and ruled by the planet Mercury, this sign is all about fun, communication and conversation. They're amazing friends and tell the most captivating and hilarious stories. Geminis are playful, affectionate and curious, but they can also be thoughtful and serious, thanks to their dual nature. And the second card you got, the asteroid Nessus. This asteroid is named for Nessus, a violent and devious centaur in Greek mythology. Although this asteroid's meaning can be difficult to face, Nessus can unlock areas of pain in our lives so that we can begin healing. It can indicate areas of our lives and personal relationships where there has been major suffering or abuse, pointing to traumas that need to be worked through. Understanding it in your chart can end cycles of pain and allow for personal transformation. Okay, that's interesting. With this last text on the card, I would maybe encourage you to check your natal chart and see where this asteroid Nessus falls for you, because this could potentially give you some helpful info on energy you need to further work on. But I very much think these two cards show exactly like the two sides of the thing you need to let go of. On the one side, like the areas of pain, which in your case seem to be like those worries, those negative thoughts that you are still harboring, that pride that could be holding you back. It could be also pride if you are hesitant in order to not get hurt. If you are, for instance, hesitant to start this new journey that is indicated by the Three of Wands. Or just it could be pride connected with your image in front of other people. Definitely, I would say, check out Nessus in your chart and see if it offers some additional info in your case. You can do that on astral.com. And with Gemini, I would say a piece of advice for you is that it would be helpful for you in this situation to embrace some Gemini energy. Gemini is a mutable sign, unlike Leo, which is a fixed sign. And mutable energy is very much about being able to fit into different contexts, being kind of malleable. I would say that this would be really helpful, especially because you got the Ram card also, with the message of stubbornness. So, and in doing that, in pursuing that, it would be really helpful for you to enjoy some kind of social behavior, social life. This will help you to pull you out of this negative or otherwise heavy energy that could be holding you right now. Okay, pile one. I hope that this was helpful for you. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the green and brown scrunchie, then the message you got for something that you need to stop doing or let go of is the card Void of Course Moon with the message of nothing will come of this situation. So this could be both a positive and somewhat negative message regarding the situation, depending on exactly what it is. Because it could mean, on the one hand, that you are, for instance, worrying too much about something that you don't need to worry about. But it could be also that something that you have in mind is just not going to pan out the way you are hoping. But before we jump ahead, let's see what the tarot has to say about this situation and the thing that you have to stop doing right now, or something that is no longer serving you, or something to let go of. So let's see, what is that for our pile 2? What is it? Yep. Okay, I guess you. One more, and this is gonna be you. Okay. Let's see if I put these in frame. Oop. Yes. You know what, pile 2? I actually wanna, before we get into the cards, unlike I did in pile 1, I wanna actually pull additionally from the tea leaves, because your cards are interesting and they're making me wonder whether this thing that you need to stop doing right now, and that seems to be the problem, doesn't only have to do with your thoughts potentially. Let's see, let's get some additional info and then we will get into it. You know what? I am wondering whether this situation has to do with two things. And on the one side, something with career, because we also got the career card here. And we also have two pentacle cards on the two sides of the reading. But we also have some water energy and some community and relationship energy coming through. So what I'm getting from this situation is that what I feel like happened was that there was some kind of potential drift with people in your life. Though this card came up in the upright position, which is normally considered more so positive, it is like collaboration, working together and whatnot, like a close relationship. There could be an additional meaning of like 3 being too much, like of this sort. Also, like for instance, in romantic relationships, it could be like the significator of a third party situation, let's say. So what I'm meaning is that there could be a negative aspect to the card. The thing that I'm getting, on the one hand, it could be that you had some kind of career project or something you were working on with your friends. And with the negative cards coming up for the friend department on the tea leaves, with someone is leaving your life and a two-faced friend, I am getting the message that it could be that somebody did something or tried to do something to hinder you, to upset you, to stop you from achieving some kind of success. And the other thing is that the only other card that has some kind of a negative meaning is the 5 again of cups, which is like the disappointment card, that something fell through and we are not seeing behind us that there's an additional cup that is actually full and waiting for us to just turn around and see it. So if you are in a situation or are currently in a situation with somebody, with another person, maybe with a close friend of yours or something like that, or I guess also a business partner would be a possibility. And if you're noticing some kind of shady behavior, if this is still not something that has happened, I would say that you would need to keep an eye on that. But if it is something that happened, and you are right now in this place of feeling sorrow over the ending of that situation, of that friendship, I do feel on the one side the message is very much this: nothing will come of this situation. So if you're hoping for this relationship to heal somehow, I don't think that's the road you need to strive towards right now. It wouldn't be helpful. On the other hand, if this thing that negative aspect of like friend backstabbing you or hindering your career development somehow, if this is making you worried about the possibility of manifesting the whatever opportunity you are working towards, I am here to tell you that the cards are absolutely speaking that this person did not succeed in doing this, and that you have all the capabilities to bring this project to a successful end. So on this side, like nothing will come of this situation, like nothing will come of your fears, basically. Additionally, we got the card of a protection from a powerful friend. So it is very much possible that there is somebody who will be there to lend you a hand in this situation and to have your back. Or maybe there has been somebody who had your back in this situation, and this is why the backstabby person that came up first was not successful in damaging the thing you were working towards. And you got both the Magician card and the Page of Pentacles, which are both cards speaking of the potential for great abundance and manifestation, and basically having things on your hand with the Magician, like being the master manifester and being having all of the elements and skills and knowledge of the universe to transmute into whatever form you want. and the Page of Pentacles, which is like a financial opportunity card or a successful business type of card, like that type of thing. Something, you receiving the message of some good opportunity coming your way, and getting it, starting to work at it. You also got two good cards, I would say, like even this one, not necessarily good, let's say 50-50, with obstacles to overcome, yes, but the messages also of slowly but surely getting ahead, and the wish is granted card at the end. Now, the piece of advice in this situation for you, I would say, comes in the form of the Hermit card, which is a card of needing some time to reflect and get back to yourself. So if you are struggling with emotions regarding this situation where somebody might have tried to take advantage of you or backstab you, I would say it is encouraged at this time to basically try and step back from the hectic and the stress of this situation, the hectic and the stress that it caused you. But overall, pile 2, I would say the thing that you have to stop doing right now is, if you are trying to pursue or to fix this thing with the person that came undone, that developed negatively, this is not the time to do it. If it is a relationship that you hold very dearly, okay, maybe sometime in the future you can get back to it. But right now, the prospects aren't giving me the vibe that this will be a viable outcome. Like, you have the path of you achieving the success seems to be open, so don't dwell on it, and don't know that you have the protection either of another person in your life or just of the universe telling you that you can go ahead and it will be fine. On both sides, like actually on both sides of the reading, plus in the middle you have the promise of achieving that fulfilled state and stability and all of those good things. It's just a matter of working on it slowly. So don't expect maybe extremely fast progress necessarily, but it is definitely promised. So just work on that part, where if you have doubts, for instance, about this, like, work on those doubts. And if you need some time off, take some time off to process negative thoughts or emotions. And definitely at this time, don't pursue further this relationship. Like, another camaraderie will come in the future that would be more beneficial than whatever this thing was that didn't happen. I want to pull, let's say, a couple of additional cards from the astrology deck about additional energy that you can use to embrace in the situation, or again, something that you need to avoid, you need to stop doing. Whatever wants to come out. Interesting, because I actually saw that card while I was shuffling and it came up again. Okay, let's see what the messages are. With the in conjunct, this is a minor aspect, also known as a quincunx. It is found when planets or other astrological points are 150 degrees apart from each other. The aspect creates tension and difficulty between these celestial bodies. They just don't get each other. This may lead you to compartmentalize or separate these different energies in your life so they aren't at constant odds with one another. I would say I see a very nice fitting between what is said about the inconjunct and this relationship situation that is coming up in your reading. Like, even if this person that I was speaking about isn't necessarily somebody that wanted to hurt you on purpose or whatever, it could have been that the two of you are just like the inconjunct aspects, basically two things that just don't understand each other. They sit at a weird angle and they just don't. It's not something, for instance, like with the square aspect, you know. It is an aspect of tension, but it is an aspect that you can work on overcoming and basically finding some kind of middle ground, I would say, about the between the two energies. The same way, for instance, that the opposition aspect, like yes, they are the two opposite sides of the coin, and you feel like you hit a glass ceiling if you just jump between the one and the other side of the 180 degrees. But it is still something that you can find somewhere in the middle and try to fix. With the inconjunct, it's just a tension coming from general incompatibility and misunderstanding. So I would say this card definitely reinforces the message of this situation in your life. With the blue moon, this is a bonus full moon within a given period of time. It can occur within a calendar month or within a season. It refers to when two full moons occur while the sun is in a single zodiac sign. For example, if there were two full moons while the sun was in Virgo, the second full moon would be a blue moon. Okay. An astrological blue moon happens approximately every 3 years, and it is like a supercharged full moon, a time of heightened emotions and personal discovery. Actually, this reminds me that the Moonology deck has a blue moon card, and it has exactly the meaning was on the one side, yes, it was the heightened emotions, which could again be signaling you having to still process emotions and let go of emotions regarding the situation, and possibly taking your time like the hermit to yourself to escape the stress of the outside. But it is also in the Moonology deck, the blue moon speaks about a rare occurrence, a rare chance you get once in a blue moon, basically. So I would say the additional message here with the blue moon, apart from working with your emotions, is also that you will get this, let's say, financial opportunity or whatever else in the material realm the opportunity exactly is. That was also signified by the Page of Pentacles right here. So pile 2, be on the lookout for that. And when you see it, grab it by the blue jacket, let's say. Yeah, let's not say something else, it would be inappropriate. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you. Okay, pile 3. If you chose the Leopard Scrunchie, then the card you got is the Balsamic Moon with the message of time for healing. We will see in a second what exactly this is referring to, but generally this card in the Moonology deck speaks about you are nearing the end of a cycle, like whatever happened in the past is in the past, and you are on the verge of a new beginning, but before that new beginning starts, because it's still the Balsamic Moon, it's not the new moon, it is like the final stage or whatever, you still need to let go of and work on some things, and you need to take that time to do it. Like, you need the time to heal, and not to just paper over it like those pesky things they put on the walls that you can never get off afterwards. That's not what you should be doing. Like, take the time to heal. So let's see for our pile 3, what is this card signifying in the sense of what is something that they have to stop doing now, or something that is no longer serving them, or something that's no longer working out for them. Like, let's see what this is. Let's pull some clarity from the tea leaves. Oop. Okay. Okay. This is actually really interesting on the one hand, because this career tea leaf flew out while I was shuffling, and it was literally, it came up in all of the piles, and with it also came in every pile the 5 of Cups. Like, none of the other cards are repeating, but these two are like the main message, which I guess, I mean, it makes sense with the Page of Cups, I guess, because it is, if you need to stop doing something or need to let go of something or get over something, it makes sense that it would be in some way connected with sorrow and feeling disappointed about something not having worked out. But it's just, it's definitely interesting. Oh God, I tried to get up to check something because I find it so fascinating that you got so many court cards in your reading, like 4 out of 6. So I needed to see what that was exactly about. But yeah, grandma should not be sitting on the floor in this position for long. I barely got up. Anyway, pile 3. Okay, yeah, let's get into this. This is really interesting. Let's start actually from the middle of the reading, again from the 5 of Cups energy that has been so persistent today. So, the way that this started for you, again, with career being the only other card that came up in every pile, this disappointment I think you had faced had something to do with career. So you had, again, like I said in pile 1, probably put your eggs in one basket, and for whatever reason those eggs didn't hatch, or whatever the saying is, and you faced some kind of disappointment surrounding it. With the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords both coming in the reversed position. With the Queen of Swords, firstly, I would say that something that you have to stop doing right now is spending so much time in a foggy state of mind. Like, the Queen of Swords is normally, when she is balanced and in the upright position, she is a very intelligent and rational lady. Like, she has her head screwed on straight, and she knows how to handle situations. Like, she is a clear thinking person. But because she came up reversed, it is telling me that those are the things that you are lacking right now. Which, I mean, no judgment. When we experience something negative and we have to shift then into something new, there's always a period of like having to recuperate and find your footing in a new situation. But definitely something that you are encouraged to stop doing right now and let go of, or work towards healing, I should say, more specifically with the balsamic moon and the message of healing, is your let's say mental stability. Like, I'm not trying to say it in a triggering way if there is something that is weighing on you mentally, but just mental stability in the sense of trust. Get back to your rational thinking and rational mind. Like whatever this thing was that hurt you and that is now probably causing you stress, anxiety, negative thoughts, you need to work on overcoming. The Ace of Swords in the reversed position has a similar meaning. On the one hand, with the Ace of Swords, it could be that you are working right now on some kind of idea, and that idea is still not clear enough in your head, and that can have to do with the Queen of Swords' inability right now to think rationally and to focus as she usually does. On the other hand, it could signify that you are spending too much time in your thoughts. Again, for that reason that something happened and now you are trying to overanalyze so you can avoid it happening in the future. For instance, but what is happening actually instead of that is that you're only blocking yourself and staying stuck in this negative frame of mind. Now, the thing that I had to check about your reading with all of the court cards coming up, I would say, also, let's put this here with the barrel. The barrel of you feel something lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. It goes again with this Five of Cups energy right now. Anyway, as I was saying, the court cards, when they come up so disproportionately much in a reading, can speak about you coming towards a period where you will meet a lot of people, and those a lot of people will help you on your way to whatever you are going. In this reading, the career came up, so I think that those will be a lot of people on your way of realizing that career goal, that thing you are working on. They will lend you a hand and help you move towards it faster. This is also supported by the tea leaves that came up for you, like with the ladder, with climbing towards success, with the carrot saying opportunity or windfall. And interesting, we also got the flag with do not be tempted to lower your standards. So if a part of it, and it is even below the Ace of Swords, so if this is something that you're considering and that you're analyzing, if maybe you are asking for too much, or if maybe you can achieve the certain thing the certain dream that you had initially, like if it's seeming too big and scary right now, pile 3, don't be tempted to lower your standards. Like, I don't want to sound like a broken YouTube guru or one of those guys that speak about church on TV, but like, if you can imagine it, you can live it, basically. Like, if it is desired by you, you can get it. You know? It is interesting also, a card came up about possible involvement with the law. So I will just leave it there for like, I guess, a precaution or warning or what have you. Even if this situation comes to be, like again with so many court cards, there will be people around you that would lend you a helping hand in getting out of this situation. It doesn't look like anything dramatic. Now, if we look at the court cards also as something that would be helpful for you to embrace in your situation, like quality-wise, for you to heal, starting with the King of Cups on this side, I would say this for you would be embracing some emotional intelligence towards yourself. It could also take the form of maybe seeking out a therapist or some kind of counselor, or even spiritual advisor, if this is something that you would do, because kings can be mentors in our life, and mentors can be helpful when we are in a pinch at a certain point. But for you and yourself, it would definitely be helpful to work on finding this grounding in your emotions so they don't overwhelm you, if this is something that you're experiencing. With the Queen of Wands, this will look like you embracing your power. So if you felt through this unclear thinking that you might have been experiencing and this disappointment that happened, if you are feeling like you should basically hide in a ditch or something, or be shorter than the grass, then the Queen of Wands advises you in the exact opposite direction. Like, stand your ground, know that you are here because there's a reason for you to be here, and that you're capable of proving whatever you think that you need to prove. Like, embrace your fire energy. Don't shrink, don't become smaller than the grass. And the Knight of Swords, following that, he is a very determined individual, and he is the fastest moving knight out of all of them, as you can see in the card, if it's even noticeable on video. He is running, he is sprinting towards his motorcycle, and in like 2.5 seconds he will jump on it and he will be gone with the wind. And you have all the capabilities to do the same. But again, before we get to that point, you need to work on that healing that is holding you back. Then you can start that journey to success that these cards are showing you. And like I said, with the court cards, they very much signify a lot of people coming into your life and a really busy period. So if you have like an additional fear of you having to possibly do all of those things on your own, like, I don't think you will be alone, pile 3. There will be many hands to help you along the way. What you need to do right now on your side is just work on the emotional and mental clarity, so you don't spend time in unnecessary suffering. Okay, one last thing. Let's take a couple of the astrology cards for additional messages on what you have to let go of, what you have to stop doing, or something that would be beneficial to embrace right now. Whatever wants to come up. Let's see what does. You? Okay, this wants to come up. It flipped on me like 2 times. Okay, pile 3. You got the cards Aquarius and Earth. Let's see what the messages are. Aquarius, unique, fun-loving and independent, an Aquarius will never be easily pinned down. Aquarians love their freedom and can become temperamental if they feel limited. Symbolized by the water bearer, Aquarians are known for their brilliant minds and devotion to humanitarian causes. They are also excellent problem solvers. There are plenty of light bulb moments and flashes of sudden inspiration with this fabulous sign. Interesting pile. 3. I would definitely say that in this situation, you're very much encouraged to be like the Aquarius. Know that we carry the energy of the whole zodiac in our charts. So even if you don't have planets necessary in this sign, that doesn't mean you can't embrace the energy. Like, you can embrace whatever the hell you want to embrace. I definitely think that just like the Aquarius, you definitely are not somebody that can't be pinned down. And also, you're not somebody that can be torn down by some kind of small mishap that happened along the way. Like, air is not something that we can ground. It will always escape any sort of shackles that we try to put around it. I mean it, yeah. And I feel like this is something to bear in mind when you fall into such a state where you start doubting yourself, when you get emotionally bogged down. Like, the world is your oyster, and you have the freedom to get out of any situation that you're currently in. Maybe it would take a little bit of effort, like you might have to climb the ladder a little bit to get out of whatever problem you are in, but you can do it. And on the other side, Aquarius is it is ruled by the planet Uranus, which is the planet of like sudden inspiration and ideas, and also genius ideas. So I do think you have all the potential to work out this negative manifestation that you're right now in, from the Ace of Swords, where you might, and the Queen of Swords, where your mind might be a little bit foggy because of whatever it was that happened. In working through your emotions and through some limiting beliefs or worries you have, I think that you can overcome that. And that will be the point in time where you might actually get some kind of creative spark or idea that would propel you forward fast. Like the card said, like problem solving and light bulb moments. You just need to, before that happens, exactly like with the balsamic moon at the start, before you start that new chapter, you just have to work a little bit more on that final closing of the old window and healing, not spreading some paper over it and calling it a day, okay? And the Earth card, let's see the Earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, those are the Earth signs. Their earthy vibes are patient and practical, with a huge capacity for love. These signs are extremely organized and love to plan things in advance. The grounded energy that they give off often makes others comfortable in their presence, and they are able to handle multiple emotional situations at once. With their calm demeanor and level-headedness, Earth signs are the go-tos in a crisis. Yes, I definitely think that also embracing some Earth energy would be really helpful for you in getting yourself unstuck and moving on, healing from this pain. It is actually interesting now that I'm seeing this card that none of your other cards have Earth energy. So maybe this is just some extra confirmation that you have spent too much time in your mind trying to make it your rational mind, but maybe more so being your reptilian mind and your limbic system going haywire. To embrace Earth energy, do as the card suggests. Try to ground your ideas by taking the time to plan things out in advance. And I know it is hard to plan things out when we are firing on all cylinders and it's basically a fog and like, you're stressing out. Once you calm down enough, sit down with yourself, like meditate if you have to, or take a bath, whatever helps you to calm down, or talk to somebody. Again, for instance, could be a therapist, a coach, spiritual mentor, whatever. And try to work out a plan for whatever this Ace of Swords idea is that's still not completely clear, or that's overwhelming you at this point and keeping you from thinking straight. It would make sense that it would help you out of this situation of confusion. And again, like if we combine the Aquarius energy of getting a flash of inspiration and a genius idea with the Earth practicality of planning it out and working on it, it makes sense only that the next steps would then be, on the one hand, success and also help from other people. Also, Aquarius is a sign of community. It rules our 11th house in the astrological chart, which is all about like hopes, wishes for the future, dreams, but also our friends, our community, organizations we are a part of. So, pile 3, this is for you. Like, as we started in the beginning, work on those emotions and thoughts that are causing you stress right now. Take the time to heal them. Like, you can take a little bit of time. This thing, or the positive things that are indicated, will still happen, even if you take a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months to start them. And then once you work on that, like, embrace this energy signified by the astrological placements, and know that there will be plenty of people along the way to lend you a helping hand. Okay, I hope this was helpful.